All right, everybody. Well, welcome to a special chat with Castle Escapes and Clones. And it's special because I'm here with these guys.
Sup?
We discuss everything in the Disney universe. We do so much. Check out our YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, like. I'm here, of course, with Cousin Rich.
Hello.
And with our friend Thom.
I like how I coined friend Thom and it's sticking.
I'm okay.
Friend Thom, Cousin Rich, friend Thom.
I'm okay with that.
Anyway, we are here in Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland in Anaheim, California, and we're having a good time. I'm drinking this very exotic drink. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Water.
It's a Dasani.
Yes. What are you gentlemen drinking?
This is a Tatooine sunset.
Sunset.
So it's like a tea drink.
I forgot what mine was called.
Run juice.
Okay.
Is that the Malorian something or other?
Run, the fruit.
It's
If you watch
fruity,
Rebels.
which I'm not caught up on at all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, today we're just going to be discussing a couple of things. First off, we're going to discuss Lightyear, and then we are going to delve into Episode 7 of the Book of Boba Fett. So, if you have not seen the episode and don't want to be spoiled, then leave after Lightyear, come back and visit us on replay. If not, settle in, and we are going to have a nice discussion about the finale. Okay, so Lightyear, trailer, thoughts?
So like I was already in, but like what I did not know was like they're on a different planet already, and they've been stuck there, and they're trying to get off. So now I'm a little more intrigued. And this trailer had two things. Like I think we see Zurg.
I'm pretty sure.
You see who?
I think we see Zurg.
Zurg.
Oh, I couldn't. I
That
was
big
watching it on
robot?
my phone,
Yeah.
so I didn't see. There was a dark part.
Oh,
That-
because he's running when he says like I'm running from a big robot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks like
Zurg.
I mean,
It
he's got
looks
that.
the
I mean,
three
obviously
black
the toy
rich-
version's more cartoony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did have the same kind of gun on the arm.
With the
thing.
three
Right.
blaster
With the
arm
three
thing.
blasters.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
That's
That's
awesome.
the
But
first thing I
nothing's
thought.
confirmed. And the introduction of Socks, the companion cat, which
I'm already a fan of.
I want. They
Yeah.
better merchandise the crap out of that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
I want one that does white noise,
I'm sure that they're going to do it.
Yeah, but it has to do the white noise that it does.
like creepily.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Well, as a bonus, putting David Bowie in your trailer you get bonus points for that. So,
Oh, that's good.
as a Bowie fan, I couldn't help but get a little teary-eyed when they're playing Starman. And I'm like, okay,
It fits.
it fits perfectly.
So.
Very cool. I enjoyed it. I watched it on my phone, and there wasn't a lot that I hadn't seen before, except now I know the cat talks.
Yeah, because they didn't reveal that. Yeah, it just talks like a person.
Yeah, and that it's a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those were a couple things that I learned. I did think that I saw Zurg as well, but it was dark, and I was watching it on my phone.
Right.
But overall, I liked it. I thought it was a good, solid trailer.
Yeah, I'd recommend rewatching it. On like
Screen.
a bigger screen.
Also, the
Yeah.
thing about the tentacle things.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what that's about, but it seems like it's like a normal occurrence over there.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the guy just takes a blade and goes, clock.
he's very nonchalant about it.
Yeah, I think there's all kinds of dangers on that planet that they're just kind of used to. And my thing is, I just want to see how did Buzz Lightyear, come out as the one that they're going to base the toy after.
Right. Well, I mean, this is the movie that inspired the toy.
Yeah.
So this is like Andy watching this movie, but Buzz Lightyear is the main star. Well, that's why the toy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's the character.
This is not like real life, and they base a toy off of real life. It's-
Yeah.
Basically, this is
oh, they're
the-
basing
so
the
basically-
movie after the toy?
so basically like it's like this. So like all of our Star Wars figures is Toy Story. Star Wars is Lightyear.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that
It was the opposite.
it was based on Lightyear, the toy.
No.
So this is like the movie that came out to inspire the toy line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where Toy Story comes in. He's the toy of the movie Lightyear.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. We rode Astro Blasters today. And that's basically the Buzz Lightyear ride here. And like it reminds you of the characters that are in the cartoon
Yeah.
Yeah.
show. I'm like, I hope that at the end of that Lightyear movie, like the end scene or whatever is like those characters pop up
Yeah.
and he meets them on some other planet and then
Right.
Like the alien, like the aliens and all that would be cool.
yeah.
To get that iteration
Yeah.
of the aliens, the
'Cause-
non-toy version of them.
Right. So it could be like, you know, the cartoon then also gets incorporated a little bit into the mythology of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. So that the cartoon could be based off the movie as the spin-off cartoon of the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
I'm looking. I think it looks great. I'm looking forward to it.
when does it come out? June?
June
June
something.
something.
I forgot exactly when.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I wonder. I'm going to assume it's going to be theater only.
At
I don't
this
know
point,
because they're putting Turning Red just onto Disney Plus, and so I don't know. It will really depend.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is theater exclusive, at least for a while.
It could potentially be because this is a big,
And this is
like
huge.
a bigger film than like Turning Red. Nobody knows the characters,
Yeah.
and so maybe they don't want to take the risk.
Right.
But then with Lightyear, maybe they're thinking there'll be more people who will want to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us included.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else on Lightyear?
Nope.
I couldn't think of a more perfect casting,
casting.
when it
Totally
comes
forgot.
when it comes to Buzz himself. Like you think, okay, you can't really get better than Tim Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, he's great as Buzz, but as this version of him, I mean, Chris Evans is
Yeah.
It
perfect.
kind of sounds like
Yeah, it
He
sounds
does.
like him. Yeah.
In
it
fact,
works.
I think that it's Tim Allen when I.
yeah, it
listening to it.
sounds
Like-
like him a little bit.
but it makes sense because like toys will not sound perfectly like or like in the actual case of Toy Story,
Yeah.
all the toys of Buzz or Woody, sorry, it's not Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
It's his brother that does all that. So like that voice, the toy voice is similar, but not
Not
the
exact.
right one, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense that like the movie version of Lightyear was another actor, and then the toy was done by another actor.
Yeah.
Like sounds similar
Right.
to it. So and it does like I forgot a little bit too that
Yeah.
oh wait, this is Chris. This is what's his face? Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Almost like Chris Pratt. That's Mario.
Yeah, it's Mario. That's Mario and Star-Lord. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go into the book of Boba Fett.
Well,
final.
so
Oh, yeah.
let me do these.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry.
You
To
got
give
some-
everyone a little bit more time before you have to skedaddle
Yeah.
if you haven't seen the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Don't leave us yet because we are going to do something fun.
Yeah, so at the Droid Depot here in Galaxy's Edge, they have these blind box droids. So like the same droids they used to be, like the Build-A-Droid, if you remember that from the
Yeah.
parks. If you've been to the parks where you can put together your own astromech droid. Now they sell these blind boxes all put together, and this is the case it comes with. It's actually a plastic case, And the windows here are see-through, so if you shine a light through it, it kind of looks kind of cool. But
Are we doing an unboxing? Here, let's do this.
Now, how much are these?
what are you, these are $14.99.
$14.99.
What are you doing?
Yeah, so we have two views.
$14.99 or
Yeah.
audio man.
I like that. So,
$14.99. That's not bad, actually.
yeah, especially like this is a pretty cool. The thing about the cases, and I'll show you in a little bit. They're like you can display it using this in different ways. So I can already feel it's a ball droid.
You already know what it is?
There's a bunch of them. I just haven't studied the list of what's available.
Yeah.
But they all come in these black bags.
Oh, and you build it.
Oh, that's cute.
So when you go,
Ah.
when you used to build these in the parks, you pick parts. But this is what it is.
Oh, it's one of those.
Oh, it's a BB unit.
It's a BB
Yeah,
unit.
yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Where's the hole? Oh. There you go.
Nice.
There we go. That's
That's
not
very
going to focus.
cool.
Now there
That's
should
cool.
be a.
Oh, you have another one now.
So if you open these, be careful because there is a sticker. So this guy's name is B55L. And then with this, right? So they all come like this,
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
so you can
And then
display
it's got
it.
a little.
and then it's got a little thingy. But also on this, you can see this part here. This is where you put the sticker.
Oh, so you can display them. That's cool.
Yeah, and then you can either display it like this, right? So, whatever. Or if you put it on here, and
That's-
like a light will come. If you can shine a light through here, it'll.
Like I feel
show
like
up.
like maybe hooking up like little LED lights, battery
was
ones
thinking about that.
inside there.
But the thing about all of these, you can link them like
Yeah.
this, so they're all one piece,
That's cool.
or you can stack them,
That's cool.
That's actually really neat.
right?
Darn
So-
it. I might have to get a couple of these.
So
Yeah.
like, a 3 3/4 figure itself,
yeah.
like 13, 12 bucks.
Yeah.
So this is not bad for a price.
No.
You got a cool little case. Oh, this is
I buy pins for
more.
much
Yeah.
more.
I was gonna ask, are we gonna see what this one is too, or are you just gonna say that for later?
Nope. We'll do this
All
one
right.
too.
Let's see.
Might as well.
Another BB.
Before I lose this. No, this one's an astromech.
Oh, you could probably already tell.
Not just an astromech. It's a C1 droid.
Oh.
So Chopper is a C1 droid.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
All the pieces. So if you are a fan of Rebels and know who Chopper is, he's a little droid. That's this. I think these are supposed to go. This.
They're so nicely detailed.
Yeah,
too.
I was gonna say like they don't look.
Yeah.
They actually look really
they
cool.
They don't look cheap.
Yeah. What's cool
They
about
look actually nice.
it's got the roller wheel.
Oh, that's
third
cool.
leg,
Oh.
like Chopper has. I'm pretty sure I put that on backwards. Did I? I don't know.
Yeah, I think you have it on right.
But it comes with 2 arms.
Which Chopper uses all the time.
Yeah.
C748. Or is that C148?
C14B. It was like a
Oh,
B.
C14B.
Yeah.
Looks like
Okay,
that.
let's see.
Put them on there. But yeah, this is the name.
Little name label. That's really cool that they have that.
Yeah. Like I said, you can either not use these pieces and just kind of have them Well, you know,
Yeah.
I have them backwards.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say, like, wait a minute, here. Let's.
You got the back.
So you get a better look at them.
There you go.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Okay, these are really cute. I gotta say.
I have 4 of them now.
Nice.
I don't know how many there are, but I feel like I'm gonna get 2 every time I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, 1, at least 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let's do this, so we can at least, for the time being.
Very cool.
But these are only available in Galaxy's Edge at Droid Depot. You can't go like the trading post doesn't have them,
Yeah.
and the Star Trader does not have them.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. It's where they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then it gets harder to get. So
Okay.
It's cool.
Well, that was fun.
Nice little surprise.
That was fun. All right, now we've made the segue
there you go.
going from Lightyear to droids because it had a robot cat, and now
Which is
we are
important.
talking about Star Wars, Book of Boba Fett, the finale.
If you haven't seen it,
If you haven't seen it,
also
Right,
keep
so-
in mind of our people around us too, in case they haven't.
we'll try
in
not
case
to go
In case
too
anyone
far.
around us hasn't seen it, like someone walking by. Oh.
Yeah,
So we'll try to be somewhat,
discreet. a little bit.
discreet a little bit as far as volume is concerned.
All right, so hopefully nobody will
Yeah.
be
Hope no one's
eavesdropping.
listening too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Rich, do you want to take it away on this one?
Sure. Like, what are your initial thoughts on it? Like,
Mine?
again, like brief.
All
Because then we'll
right.
talk other stuff.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I favored the previous 2 episodes, but I did like a lot of what I saw. There were a lot of key moments that I loved, but it was good.
Yeah.
That's my short review.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to say good. It was intense and fun and good.
I think it was okay.
It was what?
I think it was okay.
Yeah. Good is me being nice. Because I wasn't bored.
So the series as a whole, my thoughts on the series as a whole is that it was messy. I understood what they tried to do, but I think they tried something different and it just didn't click.
Yeah. It had its moments.
It has moments. It has good moments, but then, it kind of balances out the bad parts of it. It was 7 episodes long, and they needed 2 more.
Yeah, I think so too.
Or they had to get rid of the Mandalorian interlude within this. Because there's just a lot of characters they introduced that I don't care about.
Yeah.
And we're like, the way the finale worked, it feels like you should care about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no. Did anyone remember when the 2 main mods, their names were actually said and introduced as this is this character, this is this character?
Yeah, I could
No.
Not.
Right.
It's like Skag and Scud. I don't even know. It's like these 2 names, and it's kind of nonchalantly they just end up saying like blah 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 and blah blah blah, and you're like, oh, that's their names.
Yeah.
Don't know which one's which.
Yeah.
Right.
It's either the eye patch dude and then the mullet girl.
The mullet girl with the arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one of them is like, I can't remember the name. It's like Scad is one of them or something like that. And like Pugly, I don't know. But who knows who they are?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just, like Cad Bane to the casual viewer is an unknown factor besides the fact that he looks dangerous. Cool, but then it's like with his scenes with Boba Fett, they allude that there's a history.
Yeah.
And if you had no idea who these people were, you'd be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Right.
And I just feel like the Cad Bane introduction should have been prolonged, like introduced, and then there's like he does more to make us understand who he is.
Yeah.
And then like at some point someone tell Boba Fett that Cad Bane is around. And then maybe they do that would be in a more effective flashback.
Yeah.
And go to the fact that Cad Bane trained Boba Fett. Which he alludes to the fact that like I'm not a boy anymore, but like that's supposed to tell you
Yeah.
basically Cad Bane was. So the lineage, if you don't know, is that Django trained Cad Bane.
Yeah.
Cad Bane trained Boba Fett. While Django trained Cad Bane to be a bounty hunter, Cad Bane trained Boba Fett to be a good bounty hunter so he could later defeat him to prove that he's the best. Right? So he basically wanted to prove that he's better than the Fetts.
Yeah.
So that was their dynamic. Somehow. Like Palpatine coming back. Somehow. Supposed to gather all that from the line. Like, I'm no longer a boy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that he's in the animated shows. He's such a legendary character.
Yeah.
And to only have 2 episodes with him is kind of sad because we just started loving having a live action Cad Bane.
Yeah.
For those of us who have watched the show.
As satisfying as, again, spoilers, his death scene was, I wouldn't have been opposed. I mean, do we love the 2 Mando episodes? Absolutely. But having even just like 1 episode dedicated, as you said, to like a flashback of Cad Bane and Boba Fett years before, I feel like I would have rather have had that.
Yeah.
Because it would have been cooler to see more of live action Cad Bane, but no, I guess it's all we're getting.
Right.
So at least that we know of so far.
Yeah.
I mean, they could bring him back in something else, like before he dies, but still, I mean, I wouldn't have been opposed to seeing more of him. Like even like 2 extra episodes, or maybe even 3, to have a full 10 episodes where you have an episode dedicated to that
Like
dynamic.
they needed like an episode dedicated to explaining Cad Bane a little more.
Yeah.
And growing his threat. And the
Yeah.
fact that Boba Fett, Fennec Shan, and he know each other. Like more than just like, I've heard of him. Like no, they have history together.
Yeah.
And we also needed a episode to develop the mods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like a relationship more than this like, hey kids, you guys are stealing water. We're stealing water for good. Okay.
Right.
Welcome to the Enclave.
Yeah.
And since they made like a big to-do about introducing these characters,
Yeah.
I agree. At the end, you're like kind of, okay, well, I should care about them, but I don't know as much about them. That one, and also, what's his name, Santo, or
Black
the Wookiee?
It's funny because his name is Black Chrysanthemum. But to make it easier for people to remember, they just nicknamed him Santo.
Okay. But it's what?
Black Chrysanthemum. It's like Kryystn.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I would have wanted to know a little bit more about him.
Yeah.
I mean, we got, that he worked for Jabba, I mean the Jabba twins, or the Hutt twins.
Yeah.
But,
So Black Chrysanthemum is in the comics.
yeah.
So that's why, like, what the series did is introduce even Mandalorian, like the stuff that we never thought we'd see from not just like, especially this series. It gave us stuff from video games with the little droid. It gave stuff from the books with Cobb Vanth again, and then also from the comic books of Black Chrysanthemum. Black Chrysanthemum is a Wookiee who was kind of exiled for being just a little too much for the Wookiees. So he ended up being a gladiator, a bounty hunter. He has history with Boba Fett. They were both hired, I think, by Darth Vader at a point or something like that. So they do have history too.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, I understand you can kind of go back and look up these things, but I feel like live shows and the movies are going to be that's where all the casual viewers are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and just a little bit more on them would have been helpful, especially in a series where you can go in depth with characters. That's why you do a series.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't, like, if this is a movie, sure, I get it. You don't have that much time to spend to develop those characters, but you have a series, and you kind of had 7 episodes to play with, and as much as I love the Mandalorian episodes, it could have used that to further develop the characters in the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Like, we know Mandalorian, we know Grogu, like, we get it.
Right.
Like, I know, like, they give us little snippets and be like, oh, I guess we're gonna see the rest of this in Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah.
Love it. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like there should have been more Book of Boba Fett.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like 2 more episodes couldn't have hurt. I understand they're working on a budget, but considering that, I mean, the two seasons of The Mandalorian, how many episodes, I don't remember, were there per season? Was it the same? Was it 7? Was it more?
8.
Yeah. So even 1 more episode couldn't have hurt, and drag the Cad Bane out. Like 1 more episode to develop the mods, and just not kill off Cad Bane so soon. Keep him going to the next season of Mando or the next season of Boba Fett or whatever. Because again, as much as I was satisfied at his death via the hands of Boba, I also wouldn't have minded if he just kept that. It could have been a constant threat.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, the syndicate was destroyed, but he got away, and he keeps going. He just finds another client because he's done that before. So
Right.
I wouldn't have been opposed to that, personally.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I know you probably liked it more than we did.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm easy to please. So that's my thing is that it doesn't take much for me. It doesn't take much for me to like something. So I'm kind of the rare breed, or I'm not quite as critical. Although I tend to be like on first viewings of things, I'll be like, I hated this, and then I'll come back and I'm like, oh, I love this.
I mean, that's what it was like.
So anyway, yeah, I'm kind of the rare breed that likes things. Although I did, I have my issues.
Yeah.
At the same time with it, but I had a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't bored.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's still Star Wars.
I was entertained. Yeah. I mean, I'm like you. Depending on the movie, like, I know I've said this on here before, but when I saw The Last Jedi the first time, I left the movie theater like, what?
We all left the theater.
Yeah, like what just happened?
What just happened?
But then, and I was like, eh. But then you were like, just when it comes out on Blu-ray, giving her a try. I was hesitant, but I watched it like 5 times in a week, and every time, like, I just kept it on loop, pretty much, and I liked it more and more. I still have issues with it.
Yeah.
But the things that people seem to complain about the most about The Last Jedi, for me, are the strongest things. But
there's a lot of garbage being moved around.
yes.
We are experiencing the sights and sounds of Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, space janitors, spaceships flying around, babies. Yeah. I don't know.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's like I enjoyed Rise of Skywalker. I had a lot of issues with it.
Yeah.
It's both not my favorite,
Yeah.
but it's got cool parts.
There's cool
I
stuff in
love.
it.
And then you got parts like somehow Palpatine comes back. Somehow it came back.
Yeah.
It's like explanation done.
Yeah. All right, that's it. So we're getting.
Yeah.
Or
Book
just
of Boba
like.
Fett, first episode's second episode I loved.
Yeah.
The train thing,
Yeah, that was fun.
right? Third, fourth, I'm like, whatever. And then then the Mandalorian were awesome. Like,
Yeah.
those 2 episodes were like some of the best Star Wars we've done in a
Yeah.
while. And then the finale was, again, like, I like parts, I didn't like parts. I understand a little bit more of the characters, so I have a different kind of point of view where I'm like, okay. But then I just like to think, like, how would someone who doesn't know the comics or the video games or whatever take this.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, I don't know if they explain the mods enough.
Yeah.
And stuff. So
The mods, and as well as Cad Bane. I mean,
yeah, and Cad Bane. Like Cad Bane's such a cool character. Like I don't mind him dying in that episode. It's just I feel like the payoff wasn't there unless you were caught up with his appearances in Clone Wars and to a point the Bad Batch.
yeah.
Right. So
I would have liked to also see in the season a little bit more, talking about the mods. What is this? What is this trend of wanting to, put cyborg parts on you and like with Fennec Shand and how they kind of basically rebuilt her with cyborg parts, and this is a kind of a new part of the. Well, I mean, yes, I know that Luke had a cyborg hand.
Also Maul.
But
Maul.
Yeah.
Like it's precedence.
but it wasn't like the way that they made it look in this season
It does look
was
different
that,
compared
It's
to
like getting tattoos.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
getting tattoos.
As an expression of themselves, but it's also to a point like body mutilation.
that. Yeah.
Right.
So piercings, tattoos, those kind
Yeah,
of
especially
things.
considering like how that like shop that he takes you, that Boba takes you
Yeah,
to.
it's like a tattoo shop.
It's like a shady tattoo shop.
Yeah, right?
Like
tattoo parlor.
yeah, like it wasn't like a medical thing like how it was with
Yeah.
Luke and probably how it was with Maul.
He didn't have. It wasn't like medical droids going oomba, oomba.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Coming up with things like
looks like it's
she just
more
lost the will to live.
yeah.
Right.
Looks like it's more of a shady type of
Yeah.
underground
That's why
thing.
I think an episode with the mods and then explaining why they do this, not even have to be like a full episode about it, but just like,
Like oh, it's like a trendy thing.
yeah, this is what it's like. Yeah, this is like, what's the philosophy behind it, basically.
I mean,
Right.
it's okay. Well, I mean, I've said this before. Like when it comes to the mods, I refer to I have a very specific way to refer to the mods.
Yeah.
I call them the hot topic kids with their Vespas.
With
I
their
feel
what?
their Vespas, like their bikes. I see them as just like Vespas.
Yeah.
So they're the Star Wars hot topic kids with Vespas that do this kind of trendy, edgy type sideboard thing. I'm like, I'm okay with it. That's just every time I see them, I'm like, that's why I feel like some more development of them could have helped a bit.
Oh yeah, like there's also a notion that's played in the video games, like the Knights of Old Republic or the Old Republic. You can play a character that has cyborg parts.
Yeah.
And it's very similar, like eyes, pieces, and whatever. So it's not technically new to the Star Wars universe. It's just it's a new concept to casuals. That's the whole thing. It's like casual, like live action. You always have to think about your casual viewers to a point.
Yeah.
Right? Because then, you can introduce concepts in live action enough where it makes sense and people go, okay. But if you want to dive deeper into the lore and whatever, there's also these things you can go to.
Yeah.
But at least there's an understanding. I don't think we get the understanding in this about all the kind of new concepts, right? It's kind of like why Rise of Skywalker doesn't work in some aspects because they introduced way too many new things to drive the story. And when I say drive the story, it's like they needed to introduce a new concept for that specific ending.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like Empire where, then we got introduced to telekinesis, basically, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't the MacGuffin of like how the whole story was resolved.
It's just little things he does real
You're
quick.
revealing new powers. And they introduced two weird powers in Rise of Skywalker. The whole, life force healing thing. But like the weird teleportation of like items and crap.
Yeah. I mean, the healing thing
Could be
is at least, I mean, again, I guess for a casual viewer, because I remember they did reveal that via Grogu at the end of the first season of Mando. If you remember. I I
remember
remember
in the first. It was like he did it. He tried. Well, he tried to do it like the second season, second episode.
Yeah, but like him successfully doing it to
like,
heal.
was the last.
Yeah, to heal him. 'Cause I remember they aired that episode. They changed the airing of the episode earlier, so it was like 3 days before Rise of Skywalker came out. So you go like, oh, okay, whatever. And plus, Force healing has, at least when it comes to Legends, has been a thing for a while.
Yeah.
But still, that's, I mean, to my knowledge, the first time I saw it was in, I know it came before this, was in Jedi Outcast. That was one of the powers, is to heal yourself through the Force.
Yeah, and there's been stories in Legends, like Barriss Offeat in Legends, actually. Oops. Ah.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
Barriss Offeat in Legends was a healer, which they didn't really use in the canon stories anymore, but like, she was known to be a Force healer. Obviously, in video games, there's always a healing power somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's not a concept and it's not a concept that's foreign to fantasy.
Yeah. Healing.
The whole, like, I'm going to pull a lightsaber out of my ear.
Yeah.
Trick. That's a new concept to most things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Combined with the whole triad or the dyad thing, whatever concept. It's kind of like, and plus they were the key to the ending.
Yeah.
You know, introducing new Force powers in Empire and Return of the Jedi had nothing to do with the ending. It's built up what the Jedis were.
Yeah.
So that's why I think, like, the series was a good experiment, but I think they failed at just how to tell that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what, like, your audience was who? Wasn't really the diehards. It was also the casual people. You know, I don't think the flashbacks at the beginning worked at all. Like I said, the better flashback would have been Boba Fett hearing about Cad Bane, and then you flash back to maybe their last meeting or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that flashback serves the story that's going on, whereas the flashbacks in the beginning were disjointed.
Yeah.
And just highlighted the fact that Boba needed to be in a bacta tank forever. But yeah, I think, like, if they just told it chronologically,
I would have been okay with it.
It would have been a little bit better, a little bit understandable. But, you know, it is what it is.
It's still fun. We still got cool Star Warsy stuff.
Yeah.
Can't complain. Lots of cool Star Warsy stuff, actually.
With the ending, so what do you think the ending meant? Like, there's this weird exchange between Boba Fett and Fennec Shand, where he's like, I don't think we're cut out for this. And then Fennec Shand's like, if not us, who? And then there's like a cut to like them as a group, or like the Scooby Gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? And then we see Mando flying off with Grogu in his little cockpit, wanting to go fast. And then there was like the end credit scene.
Yeah.
So like, what do you think that, like, what does the endings mean for this series?
That was actually going to be a question to ask you. I don't know what it meant.
So here's what I think. I mean, granted, anything could happen at this point. I feel like the Scooby-Doo Good Job gang with like the mods and Boba Fett. I feel like we're going to see more of just general conflicts of Tatooine, of Boba and Fennec Shand essentially running the show. That'll be its own thing, I feel. Mando and Grogu, okay, they're going back. They're going back to their usual routine.
Yeah, that part I got.
Yeah. And I can't believe I'm forgetting this character, Timothy Olyphant's character.
The what?
Cobb Vanth's character. I think we're going to see. He's going to be modded, obviously. Maybe a new arm or a new section of his upper torso. And I think we're going to see more of him, probably in more of the Boba Fett shenanigans.
Yeah.
because, like I said, Mando and Grogu are going back to their usual thing. So I think that's what that. Personally, I'm like, okay, well, he's going to stay there. He's still going to be the sheriff, so to speak, or the marshal. He still has Freetown to maintain. He's probably going to help out with Boba since they all work together anyway.
Right.
I feel like we're still going to get Mando and Boba Fett with the occasional crossovers, like how we got.
Right.
And so on.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there's a second season.
I mean, they set it up
Yeah.
to be a second season.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be okay. Here's this conflict on Tatooine that since Boba Fett's now the more solid of a leader,
Yeah.
because he successfully fought off the Syndicate, we're going to see more future conflicts. Because I doubt it's going to be just smooth sailing. It is still Tatooine, granted, and there's still going to be I'm sure there's going to be other dangers, considering they're just the Outer Rim, and things are still going to be shady and gritty. So I think we'll see something new.
Yeah.
Could maybe be even more Imperial Remnant show up. Who knows? None that would surprise me. I wouldn't be opposed to that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I actually think is there might not be a second season in the most traditional sense. This could be the lead into two different things. Because when we still had Cara Dune, she was made Marshal at the end of season 2.
Right.
Right? But we know that character's not coming back. They're not recasting that character or whatever. And the story is that she was going to be front and center of the Rangers of the New Republic.
That's right.
Marshal Cara Dune.
That's right.
Cobb Vanth is a marshal on Tatooine. So, and Carson Teva, he's popping up, and with they're not throwaway lines that he has.
Yeah.
He alludes that he knows something's going on in the Outer Rim. So I think that might be what they're leading into as the Rangers of the Republic. So maybe this is their new kind of bringing Cobb Vanth into RoboCop territory.
Yeah.
And have him be in the Rangers of the New Republic. Right?
That'd be cool.
Because the people of Freetown are kind of like, they can defend themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Clearly.
Yeah.
They clearly built up the Weequay,
Yeah.
and then that one, mullet girl's friend,
Girlfriend. Yeah.
the other sniper,
Yeah.
seems to be like, all right, maybe they give her...
You're capable.
So they're capable. So maybe he's not needed, but maybe Carson recruits, was supposed to well, he did kind of make Cara Dune
Yeah, he did.
Marshal.
He's like, yeah.
So maybe he recruits Cobb Vanth,
Yeah.
and they become that. And whatever happens with Boba Fett, maybe becomes something else. And the Book of Boba Fett's closed, and it becomes Law and Order Tatooine.
Yeah.
Bum.
Bummed.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think they're still in the experimental phase where we know, alluded to, there's going to be a tie-in, kind of like the Defenders.
Yeah.
Right? I think we're going to go in the Ahsoka show. Luke will probably show up at some point again. Mando and Grogu will probably... I have a feeling that Luke doesn't train Grogu, but Ahsoka will. Because I think what's going to happen in Mando Season 3 is that Grogu's powers just get out of control.
Yeah.
And then he realizes that he does need something.
Yeah.
Right? And he's not to be a Jedi is not his path.
Yeah.
So learn from someone who isn't a Jedi.
Yeah.
And that's Ahsoka.
Right.
Right. And that becomes Ahsoka Mando Season 2-3. 2-4. Something.
Yeah.
And then whenever it all comes together, Ahsoka, Ezra, Grogu, they face off, with Grand Admiral Thrawn or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, the whole thing, what happens to them, Ahsoka and Grogu, between now and the sequels, if they're not there. Ahsoka we can chalk out to, she gets old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's not that old.
Yeah.
And then Grogu, like, they need to explain where he is, right? And so it could just be they find a way into the unknown regions,
Yeah.
which is where Grand Admiral Thrawn and Ezra ended up, and they just go there, and that's where they are,
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically. That explains whether or not in the conflict,
Yeah.
and we don't have to worry about baby Grogu getting slaughtered by Kylo
I was
Ren
about to say, yeah.
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 with his mithril shirt.
Yeah. Because everyone seemed to be universally worried about Grogu's future,
Yeah.
considering how Luke's Jedi Academy ends up.
They end up going to unknown regions right after Grogu swipes Yoda's lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, maybe, Luke gave it to Ahsoka, and Ahsoka will give it to him later.
It's like, say, hold on to
He's
this.
got a couple years to,
Yeah.
like, he can even be trained by Rey.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
And that's how they bring them back.
Yeah. I wouldn't be opposed to that, personally.
Yeah, I hope we'll
David
see
Filoni's
Grogu
sequel
in
trilogy.
Yeah.
like in the sequel era trilogy.
Even beyond that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would love to see Grogu in the sequel era.
That'd be cool. Older version of him. At least,
Yeah.
like, I wonder what his, like, speaking voice would sound like.
Teenage
Teenage
Groot.
Grogu, yeah. Teenage,
Teenage Groot.
Yeah, with that teenage Groot.
He's
Grogu
all
and
like,
Groot. They're gonna mash
Yeah.
up universes. And all they're doing is playing, like, Nintendo.
and Grogu still has his ball.
This ball.
Yeah,
Right.
I think he does.
Look, I like the whole thing with Mando and Grogu. It's just
Yeah.
that they hijacked Boba Fett.
Yeah,
And I'd rather have seen some of that stuff play out further in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I also, another fun fact that I brought up a while ago is that just in here, Mando's, unless they removed it, his spear, who, as we know now, is chainmail,
Yeah.
but his helmet's in there,
Yeah.
at least apparently. Like,
And,
granted,
could be another
granted, it could be another,
Mandalorian.
but and this also this Galaxy's Edge takes place in the sequel, pretty much post Last Jedi
Yeah.
ish, roughly. So I thought it was. I remember when we saw that when we first go, like, what's that? Like, we didn't even know,
Yeah.
and now we're like, oh, you know what that is?
Oh, the Mandalorian.
Yeah. Unless they got rid of it, who knows? I haven't been in there in a
I
little
think it's
while.
still there. What was your favorite part of this episode?
Yeah, you
I
first.
know, I'm trying to think. I mean, Boba and the Rancor had to be one
That
of
was
my
cool.
favorite things. I just thought that was really cool. Maybe that's what I liked the most, was that one, that part, and I just liked the gun battle that all the people and the Freetown people and against the Pike Syndicate. I thought that was just intense and fun, and I enjoyed it.
I think I'd have to say the same thing, because seeing Boba ride him harkens back to the holiday special, how we first see Boba Fett riding the, I forgot the name of the creature. Mythosaur, I think,
I
yeah.
don't think they ever called it that, but
Yeah. I mean, that they established that, like, it's like, oh, yeah, Mandalorians had the ability to do that way back when. I mean, yeah, it would have been cool to see, like, a little training, even like a montage of him learning how to do that.
it's a montage.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Montage.
Montage.
This is the part where we start training.
What about you?
You're all both wrong. Best part is Grogu sleeping next to Rancor.
Grogu what?
Oh,
Sleeping
that's
next to
right.
Rancor.
Him falling asleep next, like, cuddling up next to the
that
Rancor.
was.
Actually, like, knowing what was supposed to happen in the Clone Wars never got finished. The duel between Cad Bane and Boba Fett.
Right.
Just the imagery.
I
That
forgot
was-
about that.
Yeah, that
was
was
great.
Like, I was going to say that, but the fact, again, that like live action Cad Bane wasn't fleshed out. That's the only reason why I didn't include that.
Yeah,
As
for me,
satisfying
more
as
like,
it was.
It was like this scene we got teased at one of the Star Wars celebrations, and then seeing it kind of play out is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And the second would be the like having fought a Rancor in video games many times.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But then there's parts of that Rancor thing that's like, are they gonna do a King Kong thing? Please don't. Like the whole time, please don't do a King Kong reference. Please don't do a King Kong reference.
Yeah, my eyes
then
did.
They did a King Kong reference.
My eyes did roll slightly, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I think I know where it's going, and they did it.
Yeah.
It was still fun, but
Right. Like
Yeah.
like everything with the Rancor, was outside of the even that little building he was climbing on was vaguely shaped like the Empire State
yeah,
Building. I was like, come
Yeah.
on. That and like everyone's shooting at it. I'm like, why are you shooting at your boss's pet?
yeah,
Like you've been in the palace, you know
Yeah.
where it is.
yeah.
Right.
And Din Djarin's like, dude,
Stop! You're just scaring us.
man. But yeah, I just like the imagery
Yeah,
of that.
I mean, I did like. We came to the conclusion of Boba Fett's and Cad Bane's relationship.
yeah,
I just kind of wish that it had played out more.
yeah.
Yeah, if it played out more, I think the impact would have been felt more by most people.
And I appreciated that it was his
Gaffy stick?
his gaffy stick. Yeah. Instead of because like it was like Cad's the quicker shot, so to speak. And
Yeah.
Boba's already pretty quick, as we know. But that all that training paid off at the end. Because I mean, yeah, the kind of timeline is messy, and how long he how long he was with the Tusken Raiders, but it's pretty obvious he was with them for like 5
Well, like I
years.
said, like Star Wars doesn't do time well.
Yeah,
We don't know how long Luke was on Dagobah. Like everything seems like it takes place within hours,
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not.
they're stretched out.
Sights and sound, people. Sights and sound.
But yeah, I think that's good coverage of Book of Boba Fett. Next, we did get the news that Obi-Wan Kenobi officially
Yeah,
airs on May 25th, Star Wars Day. Well,
I didn't see that.
the
as in the
Star Wars Day is
yeah.
the
Did you-
first
did you-
day of
The first viewing. I mean, the first
release of Star Wars. Yeah.
The first release.
May 25th, 1977.
so you did you see the poster?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I'll show it to you now so we can get a live reaction.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Ooh. That's nice. I
Yeah.
like it. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We were
it's
here
a
when
limited.
it popped
is
up
a
yesterday.
limited series, so
Yeah.
I don't think this will be a second season.
Yeah.
It's just which
We'll see.
which I'm okay with.
So Ewan was always kind of like, we'll see.
Yeah. I remember like back when like he was in the middle of an interview for something else. And this was when Lucasfilm was like a week or two after Lucasfilm was bought by Disney. They were asking him like, so have you got any calls or anything? And he's just like, I don't know if I'm at liberty to talk about it. Like he was like you could tell like, hey, heads up. So he was trying to dodge the question.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he was. So
Because there wasn't a rehash, it was a recording.
yeah.
His voice in there. So,
These are your first steps.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Well, everybody, this has been fun. We like to do this when we can all get together.
Yeah.
If you had fun today, we'd love it if you would subscribe to your channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell for notifications if you haven't already. And take a moment, like this post. It really does help us out. And with that, I will see you later. How about you guys?
Yes.
Catch you on the flip side.
Top.